All right. We may be recording now. I'm gonna come back to you. I always give it a few seconds because okay. I have to pause the recording before we start doing this because I'm not actually streaming it through YouTube. So I have to be careful. All right, welcome. Hey guys. So awesome to be speaking together today on psychic protection and shielding. Now there is a video up on YouTube right now that you can look under the playlist, the card medium, and you'll see it. And it's going to cover the idea of protection and shielding, and then I'll briefly go through that. And then today too, well, I'll just read it. It's actually a pretty short read. But today too, I'd like to have a group discussion on uh, how you choose to do this. Now, I'm on Zoom doing this, and it's streaming through to YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, I cannot see your comments, but I welcome you to at any point join any one of my free meetup sessions. The links in the bio. Links in the description. All right, so I'm going to quickly go through it and just read what I have on this so that we can then begin our conversation. I'm also going to share some ways of protection that I use or have heard that, I don't want to say use, that I employ or that other people employ that I've heard them say. It's strange because when I was thinking about this, there's ways that I do it that I hadn't really registered that I was using this as a form of protection. It was kind of strange. So I liked it a lot. But anyway, let's go on. So I'm going to read at you for just a very short time. Protection, shielding, and energetic boundaries are topics that often arise when people begin exploring mediumship and intuitive work. Practitioners approach these ideas in many different ways. Together, we'll explore a variety of perspectives and discuss how different people approach energetic safety and boundaries. We'll also consider an important question. When is protection actually needed? Some practitioners begin every session with a protection or shielding practice. Others place greater emphasis on awareness, intention, boundaries, discernment, or personal responsibility. During our discussion, we'll consider how our own experiences have shaped our approaches to protection, shielding, boundaries, and energetic awareness. We'll be working with the Bright Earth spread, a protection spread I use as part of my own mediumship practice. Now, guys, we're going to cover that next session because I don't think we're going to have time today. But in the interim, I will drop a video that will hopefully have a card cam so that we can work through the spread. The idea would be that you would be doing this live or with me in the video afterwards, whatever, but before you come to the session, you've already done the spread yourself so that we can talk about it. If you don't do the spread, please still come to the session. If you don't watch the video, which I don't know how you know this message if you're not watching the video, please still come to the session. Okay. Because these practice circles are centered around building relationships with our cards, that is very important to me that we use our cards. I encourage participants to have a deck nearby. The cards often reveal perspectives we might not have considered otherwise and can help us better understand our personal relationship with protection, boundaries, and trust. If you are unwilling to use your cards, perhaps you are setting up a boundary of distrust. You do not need to use your cards, but please be open to using your cards. Also, the idea of protection work, while it is an informative practice, right? I need to inform myself as much as possible so that I can adapt and evolve my own practices. So if you're like, I feel like I'm getting some kind of energy of, well, I do it my way and it's good. It is good, but trying it another way does not in any way deflate your way. Okay, weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking something for myself and I think I'll put it today. Okay. Also, my eyes got really itchy all of a sudden. All right. That said, if you don't have your cards available or simply don't feel like using them that day, I'll also be sharing a simple shortcut that I personally use when I want to create a sense of energetic protection without reaching for a deck. Say you're out in public and you want to do something really quickly, pulling out your cards and putting out a 15 card spread is not the right thing right then. I have a simple way, like a mudra. I use my hands to protect myself. It is subtle and it is quick. You also have thought. I protect myself. You could say that if you want. Say it silently or out loud. It doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, I'm on the last of my summer cold. All right. Most importantly, I would love to hear about your own experiences. Do you use shielding? Has your approach changed over time? What helps you feel grounded, safe, and supported? Whether you're brand new to mediumship or have been practicing for years, your perspective is welcome. And I look forward to exploring the topic together. So guys, that's our topic. Now, we're going to be talking about protection and shielding. During the week, I'll drop a spread and we'll have that for our next session in 2 weeks. So I would like to also say though, so before I go on, yes, I should absolutely wait because this might not make. Ugh, crap. Okay, we were just going to do that. I'm so glad I thought of this. I really wanted to share this with you, but I think I might be jumping ahead if I share the additional notes. Maybe not, maybe not. No, we're okay. We're okay. I thought I had something different. Okay, good. So before I go on with some examples of protection that you may or may not have employed in the past, would anyone like to share anything that I've read about, something that came to mind, a personal practice that you employed, the reason why you don't use protection at all? Anything that you'd like to add before I move on to my notes? You can raise your digital hand. Press it, go ahead.
I always use protection, but I don't always consciously think about it. I call on my goddesses. I have certain goddesses that I call on regularly, and they have taken to me, so to speak. They've accepted me. And I've actually been woken up out of a deep sleep where it felt like something was coming at me and it hit a block. And it was the goddess in front of me. And I mean, it sounds stupid, but I used to be involved in this group and they had these little witch wars that I stayed out of. But somebody got upset and was sending energy all around. And so it's like, I know that I'm protected. And I always go out of my way to thank them for being there and protecting me, and I also work with dragons, work with a fae. I do all kinds of different work because I've been doing it for years. And I just always make sure every day that I thank them and that I appreciate their being there for me. And I just count on them. I don't necessarily call on them before a specific working. Usually I'll call on my whole council, which is like all the beings that help me, whether they're spirit guides or power animals or whatever. And I just let it be like that.
Love. Okay, so we're gonna have a session completely around this about you not utilizing, kind of say using, working, being friends with the Fae. I love that you said this and the dragons. When we do talk about the Bright Earth spread, I have a sample set up, a model built around the spread where we talk to fairies. Another one where we talk to dragons for protection. So I'm just so happy you said that. Because when I was creating this, I was like, this is fun. I wonder how many people are going to go there. Yes, it is. Yes. Plus, I think it's great how in touch with nature, in tune with nature you are. Like, that is like, I'm looking at the sun, totally in tune with nature, trees moving, totally in tune with nature. And then you've got Faye. That's like level up, bitch. I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Steve. I see your hand.
Oh, okay. Uh, what I'm using is working very well to me. My idea is that I embrace the law of impermanence and I experience my whole life and everything through the universe flow, through the universe. And why that is protection, because when I do that, I'm able to have complete experience. I'm able to accept what I can't change and change what I can. And when I have a bad experience or something comes along, uh, it lasts for a short time and then I move on.
Yeah, I like that. So I had this thought the other day and I was like, because thinking about protection, when I first started my spiritual journey, it coincided with tarot. Yay. And a lot of readers were protecting themselves. And it really, with me, it was more like a memory thing. I have the memory of a dead trout. I never could remember to protect myself. So after years of reading, it just didn't make any sense, right? Plus the memory thing. So I then started practicing mediumship, and then I started protecting myself. I do not think that there's like evil energy. I just like the idea that I am so in communication with my cards, because the Bright Art spread is going to use we'll talk about it later. I'm putting way too much info out there. The companion deck. We have talked about our companion deck before. We're going to use our companion deck for the Bright Art spread. Sorry, I got excited. But I love cards. I set my cards out as protection, and I realized how much more aligned I was with the reading. Like I felt really good. Like I feel good reading cards. I like it. Some days I'm like, fuck is that, you know? But I like doing it, the overall practice. And when I used a spread cards, it was like New World Girls, let's go, circus in town. Because other readers before were like, okay, I'm just gonna be like bubble or love myself, mirror bitch, you know, like it's not gonna come at me. Do it however you want, but no one ever said, oh, just do a spread. I'm like, I would love to do a spread. So that's why I focus on the cards in our groups, because I love the cards. I love them. So yeah, and some of us have several hundred decks. So we can use them all. Steve's last. Steve has 50,000. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm very excited about that plug deck. Because we are going to be practicing animal communication. I've decided that's where we're enter the realm of speaking with those that have passed. We're going to start with animals, because I don't want to go to my great aunt Edna right away, because she was not fun. All right, so right. So another thought I had, I may have jumped down a few rabbit holes there, sorry, was that I have gotten through, I'll be 52 in, I don't math, it's like a few weeks. I'm a Leo. So in a few weeks, I'll be 52. And I've gotten this far in life without being attacked. You know, empaths, yeah, totally feels, all the way feels all around. But psychically attacked, no, never. So I think that there is some sort of internal shielding or protection in place. Kind of like how okay, not like fact check, okay? But I think the majority of our species has a built-in will to live, because there's a lot of us alive. We're like taking over the planet. And we keep living through incredibly dire circumstances. We still live. We choose to live. And because of that, that is natural shielding. The will to live, the intention to manifest life, is something that we carry with us every day. Many of us, the majority of us, I believe. Fact check. So we are always manifesting. Sorry, guys. We're always manifesting. We really are pure alchemizers as a species, because we're sitting here alive, breathing. Anyone that's joining, we're doing this, we're manifesting. Please, if you ever think, I guess I'm manifesting, bitch, you're alive, you're manifesting. Okay? And you manifested the thought, your intention of desire to know, why am I here? What am I doing? Am I manifesting? Yes, you are. Everything you're doing is a manifestation of what you want, regardless of whether you see it. You're an amazing manifester. You're a master manifester. And I think it's more about saying, I can protect myself and manifest my reality. And then please, I've heard it in the group, you guys saying this morning, even like, and be thankful for that gift and be thankful for what I get for it. You can thank yourself. You don't have to thank anybody else. You did it, but thank yourself. Maybe a shout out to the universe if you feel inclined. Thank yourself. Thank your species for existing. Be thankful and manifest more. Okay, massive rabbit hole. Don't know where that came from. We're going to go on now. All right. Does anyone else want to share about their own protection? Did anything come to mind while I was talking before I move on to some examples of how we may be protecting ourselves and not know it, or view it as protection, and then maybe some new ones? Pause. Unpause. Okay, so because I love cards, let's talk about how we protect ourselves with cards. Little beauties, I got 15 of them right in front of me, 15 decks. All right, so just by simply holding a deck, which one do I want to hold? Let's go to the Celtic Tree Oracle, because it's green and I love green. Just by holding the deck, we come in line with the deck. Like for real, this is a form of protection, because it's like, let me think about this before I say it. It's a form of protection because there's safety in numbers. If you meet your friend on the street, take hold of their hand and walk together. So when I come to the deck, my friend in the street, I go, geez, I'm not even popular. Let me Mute my phone. It's very awkward. Okay. So when I meet my friend, and I shuffle, and this is a form of protection because there's safety in numbers. So even if we're not looking for a threat, and I don't need to be, I know that I'm protected. I'm with my friend. She will protect me. I will protect her. So this is a form of protection. Goosebumps. Woo! Just doing this. Okay, I'm not going to go to the book. We're just going to take a really quick look because I am holding the deck. Let's see what card we get. This is the Celtic Tree Oracle. Swear I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to take a really quick look. Very sticky deck. Okay. D-U-I-R oak. You're oak. You're oak. D-U-I-R oak. That's interesting because my dog's name is Oak, and there's 2 giant oak trees in my front yard. They produce acorns. Oak produces acorns. If acorns mean anything to you, you got any guesses on stuff. So just by doing that, and when you're shuffling, you can throw in a little incantation, a little spell casting, a little intention to manifest your reality. So you can say, may this reading be for the highest good. Kendara Laurel, who runs Denver Metaphysical, something like that. Just Google Kendara Laurel on Meetup. She says this or something better on like kind of a tag on. Like when you read a fortune cookie, you tag on in bed. You ever do that? Tag on this or something better in bed. This or something better. And tag that onto whatever you're saying. And because we're focusing on the cards, I'm saying while you're shuffling. If you're not having cards, you can still practice this. So you could also ask your guides, the universe, your own filtering process. You can always go just to yourself. You do not need to depend on the exterior. Only information that is helpful, compassionate, and useful is welcome. Only information that will not cause harm is welcome. If you're one of those readers who blurts out everything that comes into your head, you might want to ask your guides to only feed to you what is not offensive in the moment. Because if you lack that filter, it's not like you're being malicious in nature, but you may still be hurting people. You're a good person who might not have learned just what not to say or to say. Ask your guides for help in that. May I remain grounded, clear, and fully myself, depending especially on the practice. With mediumship especially, I do like that tethering effect. I'm always here. I'm an earth girl. I don't want to leave. I love it. I like gravity. She's my sister. Most of what my meditations and visualizations are here in our atmosphere. Occasionally we go into space, but I'm very much grounded here because my intention is to never leave this planet. So those are ways just by when you're shuffling. Just by when you're shuffling, you can do this. Takes less than 15 seconds. We're good. You could just do real chunky shuffle, chunk, 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 chunk while you're talking about it. Because if you're not actually going to be pulling a card, and you can just do it as a shuffle. I find comfort in shuffling. It calms me. And if I'm calm, I'm more aware of my surroundings and more protected. Before I go on to the next example, any hands, any questions, anything that you want to add? I just saw someone sitting on the floor, like in my head, clairvoyance, and they threw up their cards and then they let the cards fall around them, but they weren't going to pick them up because that was their protection deck. When they did that, and I'm throwing this in, but they're all sparkling cards, but I know I'm making that part up, but I love sparkles. They're all sparkling. But you could get, oh girls, okay, wait, we might have an art project. You could get construction paper with sparkles on it. I have some, and cut it like little squares because big pieces aren't going to do this. Throw it up, let it come down. You got sparkles all around it. Then you get out another deck. And if you only have one deck, then you won't be able to do this. And that's the one you read from. Okay, I like this idea, but I don't like throwing my cards around. But what I could do is get out my, okay, so I already, going into mediumship. Okay, bear with me. Mediumship, I already have my companionship deck and my mediumship deck. So I could take I also have a third deck that I use occasionally. I could take that third deck, lay it around me, not throw it up, but lay it around me, cards up or down, and know that I'm sitting within the circle of protection of a deck of cards. Okay, that's beautiful. Do it on a clean surface. And then get out my other decks to actually do the reading. Okay, that's another way you can do it. I love that. I'm going to be doing that. Especially because my daughter's giving me her faux fur pink rug that's about like 6 inches of shag. So I'm going to be doing it on that. Yay. All right, I think we're going to keep moving. I'll watch for hands. So we also have, we can call it like the guardian card. When we're actually going to be working through the bright earth spread, it's called the companion card. But you can call it whatever you want. You can call it your Aunt Florence. I don't care. It's good. So it's the guardian card is you pull a card, and you can pull it from the deck you are using or from another deck. If you pull it from the deck you are using, you no longer have that option card. So it's whatever your personal preference is. Everything I'm sharing, tweak it to fit your personal preference. Tweak it so that you are comfortable. Because if you're comfortable, it's more likely to work. Not work, resonate. Let's say resonate. Okay. So you pull that card. All right, let's do it. But we're gonna go to tarot. Oh, I just got this. This is a really good deck. I just got these. I had the Tarot of the Divine, but Oracle of the Divine came out, so yes, I got it. Seriously, did someone die? Let me just check, my friends. No. Well, maybe both. All right, so if we were gonna do this as the Guardian card, we shuffle however you would like to shuffle. I did just drop a video on shuffling if you'd like to check it out. Link in description, hopefully. I keep saying that. I'm assuming I actually put the link to my channel is in the description, then you'll have to go find the video, but look under the playlist, the card medium. All right. So the Guardian card. Again, you can pull off the top, off the bottom, shuffle first. I like to shuffle. And if this is what I'm going to be doing before I actually start my spread or practice, or if you just want to channel or practice mediumship and not pull cards, you can still do this singular protection practice, right? It is however you want to do it. There is no wrong. I don't do jumpers, but what just came out? All right, we'll do it today because it's the Lovers. So the Guardian card of the Lovers is that whatever, and quick interpretation, whatever entity I meet, there'll be a sensation of bonding and community. It's like going into the forest and meeting an alien don't shake anything. You don't know what appendage that is. Multi-appendaged alien coming at you and everything's doing this, but don't reach out. So the idea with the Lovers is that there's an understanding of safety and calm. I don't need to bring my culture into the meeting. And whatever entity I am relating to, they do not need to express through their culture either. These are two autonomous individuals, the Lovers, that consensually decide to bond, the Lovers. The same thing is with communication, either with the cards, with mediumship, with the person, a client that you're talking to that's alive, with the walls of your home, the panes of glass in your window. It all applies. It's communion and relationship. And however you approach that relationship and act within it will certainly decide part of the outcome, because the entity that you're communicating with will also have a deciding factor in that. Even the window glass, it all plays a part. The Guardian card, you could ask this card specific questions. You could just, as I just did, interpreted the card for the situation at hand, which is more my style, but you can ask. So like, let's say we asked, what energy supports me during this reading? And we pulled the Lovers. Pretty much what I was just talking about. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh my God. Almost done with this cold. What quality will help me stay grounded? The idea that I am communing and tethered with the earth, and my lover is the earth. This could be me and Mother Earth. This could be me and the entity that I'm communicating with. This could be me and the deck of cards. This could be me and my ego, which is good. What should I remember while I read? And I'm looking at the Lovers. It's whatever it means to you. And the idea is that it will help you ground. So I did give some examples. You don't need to know those or resurrect those when you want your own protection. Just say whatever is on your mind. And if you pull this card and you're like, oh, I like that dress, that's what's going to protect me. I'm going to imagine I'm wearing that dress and that is going to protect me. It is going to protect you because that is your intention. Therefore, it is what you will manifest. It will protect you. And girl, if you're like, I don't do blue, then make it hot pink. Go for it. Tweak. There is no wrong. The only limit in this world is what you place on yourself or allow others to place on you. And I mean this world, this one, in the noggin. That's your shit. That's your space. All right. Okay, and then there's this other one that this is what I use now. This is not with the cards. Lock in. Not with the cards because this is my shortcut. It's not my bright. I still use my brighter spread. And you can rename the spread, guys. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk about spread now. So that's our next session because it'll take a whole hour. I'm super excited. I'll drop that video. Actually, I think I already did drop that. I already did talk about it. I'm not. Go look at it. All right. So anyway, drop it. When you go look at the video, that's the spread. However, when we start when we discuss another aspect of mediumship practice, which we haven't gotten to yet, this is when I use that shortcut. But I also use if I use it with a shortcut. Oh God, I'm not making any sense. Doesn't matter. If you're ever out and you don't have your deck or you don't have it to use, you can do this. This is based on my personal practice. It's going to make sense to me when I'm doing it. You can use it. You can employ this and be like, Elizabeth likes this. And my intention is to be protected as Elizabeth feels she is protected. You're protected. There's no wrong. It's your intention manifesting your reality. Your thought is what your intention, your thought to intention, intention to manifestation, and that is in your reality. All right. So I do this. Check it out. Start like kind of like you can do whatever you want. The idea is that my hands are together. However you want them together, just put them together. They're clasped, right? This is the center of my space. We have not talked about this yet. Just go with me, girls. Center of my space. Watch, this is my shortcut. Super subtle, you can do it in your lap. Ready, I'm beginning. That's my shortcut. And I'm seeing in my head part of my mediumship practice that we have not discussed yet, and then it comes directly from that. We will talk about it. There are certain shortcuts. You can have a shortcut of just maybe picking your nose. Sorry, that just sounded funny. Or just going like this. Do whatever you want. Little tug. What was that? Wasn't there some witch on TV like in the 1900s that do that? It can be whatever you want. It can also just be what's in your mind. You can protect yourself that way. These are all just examples of how you can do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This isn't, I like this too. This is where bookending is like, bookends keep books up. On a bookshelf, you put weights on either side, bookends, right? So we talk about cards bookending where the beginning and end. If you're talking about your bookend cards, it's the first card and the last card if you had a line. So, or you can just say bookend. So the bookend cards is where in a reading for protection, let's get that. I have that's not, oh, no. Okay, that's my only, well, you don't have to, let's go to Oracle. I won't read it. Because it'll be longer, but so the bookend, you go to your Oracle, you go to your tarot deck, which I love this deck, whichever one you want. She's got a pre-order. Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz have pre-order. Thank you for telling me. Spring Tarot. Yes, go get it. All right, pre-order now on Amazon or whatever place you shop from. He's already wealthy. Okay, so I shuffle. You don't have to do whatever you want. Bookending. We're gonna pull a card before we start our spread or practice, whatever you're doing. If you don't have your deck, you can always imagine a card. Pull a token from your purse or your bag or your pocket. I prefer cards, but we can use other props too. You don't need them. I just like them, so I'm teaching from that way. Okay. Sorry, guys. So, all right. We're going to pull one card before the reading as an example. Country Cottage. Yeah, I'll go move there. And this is what supports me as I begin. I'm not reading it because of time. I really want to. And then after we've completed whatever process we use, maybe you don't use anything. When I'm reading tarot, I'm just like later, I'm out. But when I practice mediumship, I do have a closing down process. So after the reading, and this, if you're reading for a client, you can choose to have this with or without your client. All of this, you can choose that on your own. You're going to want to pull another card. And it's, ooh, Rotten Decay, because we're closing with Rotten Decay. And it says, what helps me release this reading and move forward? Okay, that's fucking perfect. Anyway, so do you see, we pull, and then after the reading, we would pull the second card. If you want to, right? Okay, I gotta show you Rotten Decay. She's holding a unicorn skull. That is so awesome. Okay. This was Seasons of the Witch, Letha Oracle by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. Excellent. And this particular deck was illustrated by Tijana. Look at that. All right. Yay. Okay. And then we can, oh, let me pause. Okay. You can always throw your hand up and I'll see it and I'll stop. But okay, no hands up. You know, am I actually seeing, hold on. Holy shit! You two people, I can see your, wait a minute. I'm gonna shrink my Zoom screen and I can see your comments. Hi, hello, Elizabeth. Made it to your live. Hey, Truth Wave. Millie. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. That my friend Kara says that. I like that. Thank you for the share. Oh, you guys know each other. Acorns are magical. My pig eats acorns. Pigs can actually eat acorns, but they get acidic to minute. Makes sense also as lovers is also a decision. Yeah, because lovers and devil cards, sister cards, eh? Thank you. Oh my god, I love this! I can see my YouTube chat too! Breaker. Okay, so moving on. Boundary card. Oh, okay. So I don't do this. This is an example that I pulled. That's a hard one. That's a reading in itself. It says, choose one card from your deck that personally represents healthy boundaries. Now you can use the deck. I feel like I have to look over there now. So I'm not good with chat, guys. I know it's there, but if I start doing this, it's like, I can't do it. Choose a deck. So guys, you can use one deck for all of this. You just, whatever cards you pull out, you're not going to have in rotation when you're pulling cards. So you just keep that in mind. You also make your own deck, 5, 6 cards, pull that out. For like when we talk about the boundary card, you can also have your own personal deck. Anyway, boundary card. Think of a card that for you represents healthy boundaries. I don't know, it could be like 4 swords, which is kind of like but it could also be 4 cups. It's a healthy boundary to disassociate. That's okay. If that's what you need, go for it. Death can be a healthy boundary, dude. Whew. We're not really explore that. Lots of healthy boundaries. I don't know which one to pick. For me, this is like, I probably have to have a reading on what card to pick because I overthink this shit. But if you want to do that, pull one that you feel good with and just keep it there right next to your spread. You can always look down at it. You're reading for a client. I like having a card like that. Now, we're talking about protection, but just for practical purposes. Pulling an anchor card, which we might hear anchor card used different ways. I use that when I first started reading Oracle, I would pull Oracle and just set that here. Might not even tell the client that it's going to be there. I'm going to tell myself too. But it helps me focus. Because sometimes I'll go and going, I don't know what these tarot cards mean. When you pull an Oracle card, it'll give you an avenue. I love it. It helps me. Okay, so the next example is an anchor card. Now, anchor card, I have heard it used a lot of different ways. So you might want to shift up your language or just use it. And I think readers will be pretty flexible with it. But the anchor card, it's like what's keeping me centered today. So it still has that centering aspect, helping me zone in on the tarot or helping me understand what it is that I'm centering on. What's going to ground me? What's going to keep me tethered? I love that word because when I think about like astral projection, I want to see a beautiful golden or silver or orange or black cord, any color around that beautiful ankle of yours as you float off into the ether so that you can always pull yourself back. And just as a note, you can imagine that cord, you can imagine your favorite pet, a song that you love, a family member you want to get back to, the comfort of your own bed, something that you can hone in on to bring you back. Some people have zero problem with coming back. I'm just throwing these examples out there. And also, when you have that anger card, you're gonna shift most likely that if there is fear, it'll get shifted. You'll feel more confident. There'll be more of a sense of state. It's like a safety net, right? It's okay. Plus, you're a reader. You got this. You got this. You're there to help someone. That's beautiful. You got this. Just your intention of wanting to help. And if you're making money while you're helping, awesome. Your intention of wanting to help is you manifesting in your reality helpfulness. It's beautiful. Okay. Oh my gosh, I haven't looked at the time in like forever. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I've kind of covered. I will say one of the big things is thank yourself. Maybe the universe, maybe the cards, but thank yourself, please. Uh however you want, but thank yourself. Even like I'm a badass. I'm a master reader. Even if you just started yesterday, you are. I'm in this world, I'm in this community. Anything you want to say, thank yourself for everything that you're doing. And if you want to clear your deck or clear your cards, that's one final thing. You can do one question I'll ask when I close the reading, and we will talk about this when we talk about animal mediumship, because that's going to be our first foray into mediumship, is that I close the reading and I check. Is there any energy here? Is there anything that would like to say something before we say goodbye? And again, you can do this in front of the client or not. It's your choice. I do not do it in front of the client. Unless the client specifically asks to see everything I do, I probably wouldn't do this. Anyway, what energy is here with me? And you pull a card or two, whatever. And it kind of helps to understand. You can also be very specific. Is there, yes or no question, is there energy still here that I brought in through my work? Something like that. Because there's always energy, right? Yes or no. You can go that way too. I don't read yes or no, but I'll read it for that because it's fast, it's quick, and I know what's going on. And if there is still energy, we will talk about what to do with that I do with it. You can do whatever you want, right? What I do with it. We will get to that point. Oh, I see a hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I do as far as spiritual practice is if I want to be relaxed when I start doing it. If I think I'm really anxiety and I'm not relaxed, the first thing I do is do exercises to relax. Because when we're more relaxed, I'm much more able to get more out of my practice or whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yes, absolutely. If I'm sick, which is not relaxed, but if I'm sick, this is because my intuition it actually goes on vacay. I can't read. But if I was angry, I wouldn't want. I have done that actually. If I'm reading for myself, I think it's fine, whatever I'm feeling. Because typically I'm pulling a card because I don't know what's going on or I need some clarity. If I was reading for someone else, I would want to be calm. And yeah, going into it. I practice yoga. That does wonders because it stretches out the body. You want to take a walk. If you just want to actually go into that Four of Swords and just stasis moment, just take a nap, lay down, rest, 3 deep breaths. That is, to me, that just does a lot. 3 deep breaths in a row does amazing things for me. So I love that. Thank you. I can't believe I can see, and I'm pretty sure that's the chat from over here. This is awesome. I hope that was all great. All right, so guys, what are we at? We're at 8:47. That's our soft spot. I like to end with about 10-15 minutes so that we can have our time. But does anyone, okay, wait, before I ask you for that, let me just say, because I don't want to, if no one has something to say, we'll just say bye out, but I'll close first. So I'm still going to drop the Bright Earth spread, which you are free to rename and rework. No, I did drop that, guys. Why do I keep saying that? What am I so confused about? Did I not drop a video I was supposed to? And shit, I'll go back and look. But I know what I did. I dropped a description of the Bright Earth spread, but I didn't do a video of me doing it. That's what it was. The description is up there. You can listen to it, but you can't see anything yet. So my hope is to get the card cam up, record, and have you see the cards going out. And there's 1, 2, 4, 5. There's 5. It's a 5-card spread. The video that's dropped right now talks about the labeling of the spread and how you can alter it to fit you. There's a fairy model. There's a dragon model. There's a body model. I think I took out one of the models to like it. Change my mind. I think there's another model. Tree. There's an elder tree model. I was trying to cover a lot of different areas that people might be interested in. You don't have to have a practicing knowledge of any of these realms, just an interest in them. and any interest in yourself, your further development, your curiosity satiated, your life, do it for that. Do it for that interest. Do it for you. All right, this is so cool. So hopefully I'll be able to get that up. I'm gonna fiddle on my phone and try to get that video up. Okay. We are meeting, and I'm gonna cover a few more things. So the next time we meet on Saturday will be for our read from the guidebook. We will record that. And now that I see that I can see, I'm gonna try. Not all of my sessions are gonna lend themselves to me commenting on the chat. I think most of them are, so I'm very excited. Otherwise, guys, same schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every week, 5 days a week, we're here. 8 a.m. all the time, 8 a.m. Any additional events that go up that aren't at 8 a.m., I will absolutely let you know because I do understand that 8 a.m. is early. Does anyone have any comments, any questions at all, including, it might not even have been something that we've talked about, and I always welcome topics. This is centered around mediumship. So any topics related to mediumship, we can go as broad as you want. And we are absolutely not limiting the style of mediumship, including mediumship styles that you originate, that you think up, that are unique to you. All right, awesome. Okay, I don't see hands. Thinking we're good. Okay, the video will process and be up in about 24 hours. That's totally on YouTube's end. I have nothing to do with that. And I hope you guys had a great time. I did. Thank you for being there. And I will see you on Monday, I hope. All right, bye guys. Have a fabulous day. Bye. Oh, I gotta end my live stream too. Bye, YouTube. I'm so